On today's show,
LeBron's homecoming gets spoiled by the New York Knicks.
Russell Westbrook fractures his hand and potentially OKC's playoff chances.
And we're just 3 nights in, but we've already got your top 10 plays of the season.
It's Friday, October 31st. The Starters Halloween episode starts now.
Good evening, sweet world! Happy Halloween and welcome to The Starters. Whether you're joining us live online or catching us on NBA TV, we're very happy to have you. I am Los Angeles Clippers swingman / zombie, JJ Dedick, and alongside me, as always, an escaped convict from a prison in South Beach, Bane Wade.
It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
To my right, Starters blog editor and powerful Blazers power forward LaMarcus Aldridge.
Hey!
Hey! Oh! And finally, that was pretty good. Nev Campbell's worst nightmare, Danny Scream.
Girls.
Danny?
He never said anything, this guy's.
All right, we have lots of Halloween fun in store on tonight's show, but we have some basketball to talk about, of course. Had some games on last night, none bigger than LeBron James returning back to the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the New York Knicks spoiled the party.
He is human. I mean, the only possible reason for this 17 points and 8 turnovers performance was that he wasn't ready for this overwhelmingly emotional night going back home, because best player in the world, I mean, he looked like the opposite last night.
Having one of his worst games of all time.
Yeah.
One of
Literally,
his
yeah.
top 5 worst games of all time.
He had only done this once previously, and that was his second game in Miami, where he had 8 turnovers and less than 20 points. He just didn't look right at all in terms of passing the ball. We know he's one of the best passers in the world, and he just, whether it was emotion or just not being with his teammates enough, he just did not look at all like LeBron James.
No, you can excuse the missed shots because everyone has bad nights, but the passing and the sloppy carelessness taking care of the ball was just un-LeBron-like. And I mean, when he's out there like that, if all those people there to see him, the crowd's there just for LeBron, and he couldn't deliver. That's a big surprise for him at this stage of his career.
Well, they had a 5-hour block party in Cleveland, and then, they followed it up with this. I mean, it was shocking because I think everyone, first off, you thought, well, the Knicks just played the Bulls and they got killed. So, that means the Cavs are going to roll over them, so that didn't happen. And you just thought, LeBron, like you saw him even in warm-ups, like, he looked loose.
Yeah.
Definitely singing along, dancing
I got
along.
guts.
Yeah,
I got guts.
So that's what was shocking. The turnovers, just the sloppiness from LeBron. You don't
But
see
it's
that
like
often.
Tess said, it's a combination of, it looked like he was overwhelmed by the moment, which was weird because, like you said, in the first quarter, kind of no problems. Everybody was just flying around, but also just the miscommunications with teammates. Everybody's learning a new offense. Players are learning different ways to play, and it was just everything kind of conspired to go wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just one game, and if anything, you said it, like he had a similar line there when he went and joined the Heat there early in that season, and they ended up going to 4 finals, so maybe it's the things to come there for Cleveland. It's going to take a while.
And you got to remember they started 9-8 that year in 2010, and I wouldn't put too much stock into this if I'm a New York Knicks fan. Yeah, they got a W, but it felt like the Cavs had this in control at first, and then the Knicks just got open shot after open shot. The Cavs just stopped playing defense. Honest, there was no string whatsoever. The Cavs just could get any shot, or the Knicks could get any shot.
That's what you got to
they
be a
wanted.
little bit more worried about, right? Is that the offense will come eventually, and
Exactly.
everybody learns where they're supposed to be. But if the defense is going to be bad, that's the main concern with the Cavs coming into the season.
But
Look, come on, don't take.
Yeah.
Look, I think the Knicks surprised us for sure, but they hit some big shots down the stretch, like some tough shots. J.R. Smith, you saw Melo with the one with LeBron all over him, goes baseline, rises up. I mean, that was a difficult shot.
They closed the game out, and that's what you
Absolutely.
need to do.
But the crowd is going bonkers. The Cavs are up double digits, and then they sort of give this game away a little bit, and then the crowd goes silent, and the Knicks think to themselves, all right, well, I got a chance. We're
still in.
And then, they definitely closed it out. It was a nice closeout for them.
We have all season long, of course, to talk about LeBron and the Cavs, but I want to get your reactions, and everyone watching, of course, jump on Twitter, #TheStarters. Kevin Love's first game in Cleveland, and for Kevin Love's first game, long time in a meaningful game.
Oh, yeah.
Really, what did you guys think of him? Put up a decent line, and he didn't look too bad.
Started off really well. Hit a couple of threes, was attacking the basket. That's what they want to see from him. But he did also, I don't know whether they just went away from him, but he did seem to fade a little bit in the middle of the game, closed out, hit another big three-pointer. But, I mean, you saw what he can do. He can rebound and start that fast break so quickly for Cleveland, and that's got to be pretty exciting
Who
for
has
David Blatt.
who has bigger guns, by the way? Kevin Love, Bane, or Tas Millis here?
No contest.
You want to get the flag?
No
Oh, look
contest.
at those guns.
I'm Gotham's Reckoning. I am smiling under this mask.
Well, it was. I'm happy. I mean, I'm the only guy at the desk that picked the Knicks to get into the playoffs. So I'm sort of happy because I always think it's better when you do have a relevant team there in the New York Knicks. And instead, they're only 1-1 right now, but I'd like to say them to stay competitive.
Yes.
So we can keep talking about them a little
Yeah,
bit.
oh, for
They're
sure.
an
No,
exciting team.
that's right. You'd
And
like to
Derek
have the
Fisher
Knicks.
getting his first win, so congratulations to him. Again, we'll be talking about the Cavs all season long. Let's move on to the second game on TNT last night. It was the Clippers and the Thunder. And unfortunately, we'll start by talking about Russell Westbrook, who suffered a fracture in his right hand against those Clips, likely knocking him out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. It's a little unclear as of now, but that's what we're guessing. That's what the reports are. All of those questions about the depth of the Thunder, I mean, really the chatter just got a whole lot louder now. They got no Durant. They're missing a whole bunch of other guys. And now Westbrook, I mean, they're going to be without 2 of the top 10 players in the league for a month.
Yeah, at least.
A month. And then that brings us in. Yeah, he got into it with a fan there in the arena. That fan was not participating in the second half of action.
Yeah,
Didn't
he
get
was
to watch.
ejected.
He got tossed. I don't know what happened, what specifically was said, but anyway. Look at this. This is a mash unit.
That's a whole starting lineup.
Yeah, they're not only Durant and Westbrook now, but yeah, other guys, Morrow, Reggie Jackson, who should be back fairly soon.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Lamb, it goes on, McGarry. I mean, it's
Those are their 5 best perimeter players.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
why they're going to have a hard time scoring from here on out. I'm kind of worried about them. I don't know if they're going to miss the playoffs.
That's
they
the
are
question.
off to they're going to have a rough start. There's no
Yeah.
way around it.
that is the question for everyone here and everyone watching. Can they get into the playoffs? Because they got to survive here for a month without their 2 best guys. And this is the West. You can't get too far down, or it's just going to be impossible. What do you think, guys?
I don't think they're missing the playoffs. First of all, Russell Westbrook feels like he's superhuman. It feels like he gets better the more surgeries he has. I know that sounds crazy, but
Right.
he had 3 surgeries on his right knee last season within an 8-month span, and he came out and looked fantastic. Now, the schedule is sort of favorable, I mean, as favorable as it can get in the Western Conference. 11 of their next 18 games appear to be quite winnable. A couple against the Bucks, Nets, Pistons, and Jazz, and then some weaker teams there.
Yeah, but I would argue that the Thunder, as constructed with all
Yeah.
their guys, aren't
much
much better than these teams.
I would
I agree.
with
They
that.
need Reggie Jackson desperately
Yeah.
as a ball handler. But let's look at it. This team has won 70% of the games over the last 3 years. Now, these guys are going to be out, let's say, approximately about 20 games. I mean, that's ballpark. That's what we're looking at. If they go 5-15,
Okay.
which is, that could be done.
Doable.
Those guys come back. They win 70% of their games after that. They win 50 games this season. So if
But
they
50
come back
games-
healthy,
Is 50
Yeah, that's
even
the thing.
enough? That's what we're saying.
You feel they need to get at least 55 to guarantee them getting into the playoffs.
50, I mean,
Well,
50 should get you in the playoffs.
yeah, well,
in the Western
yeah,
Conference.
it's going to be tough because if they do drop behind, let's say they go worse than it, say they go 15 or 5-20, then they're really up against it.
Again, Russell, we don't know how long Russell's
know,
going to be.
but-
He is superhuman,
Yeah.
and
He'll
I
come
do-
back as soon as he can.
And listen, they have performed extremely well. I can't talk in this
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
They have performed really
This
well.
is just like the movie. I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Playing against the Blazers and the Rockets, the 3 and 4 seed last year. They have led 5 of those quarters. They were in each of those games late. It was a 1-possession game yesterday against the Los Angeles Clippers without Russell Westbrook. You're not going to get 32 from Perry Jones too often, but 2 very tough games to start the season. I feel like Russell Westbrook was starting to convert people with the way he was playing early as a leader. Even Scott Brooks' offense was starting to convert people because these guys are playing extremely well, extremely hard, and that's
play
why I
hard.
think 5-15, 7-13,
I
even
get that,
8-12
but-
is doable, especially against those teams.
Here's the worry. We haven't seen the Thunder for a very, very long time, since they really have been the Thunder without at least Westbrook or Durant out on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
85% of the time, one of those guys
on
is
the
at
floor, yeah.
least out there.
The way
we
they've
just
been
don't
playing,
even know this team
Yeah, I know,
without
but
these 2 guys.
The way they've been playing, throw in Reggie Jackson, who appears to be ready to
You
come
keep
back
saying
soon.
Reggie Jackson, and I love Reggie Jackson, but I mean, he is going to be forced to completely lead this team because Serge Ibaka, let's be honest, he's not creating his own shot.
Right.
Something like 80% of his baskets
somebody to get
off an
struggles,
assist,
yeah.
and he's a great player, and he's going to help you defensively. But someone's got to set him up and get things going. So
His
I mean,
name is Reggie Jackson.
You're putting a lot of stock in Reggie. He's going to get paid if he can do it
Well,
eventually.
look, all I'm saying is that they need to win 25% of their games over the first 20. He doesn't have to be a Hall of Famer. He's playing against the Jazz.
Reggie Jackson.
He doesn't have to be the other Reggie Jackson.
Yeah,
Boom.
nice.
How does that Reggie Jackson get hurt in October? It makes no sense.
Good point. Look, we got to take a break. Lots more still to come. More Halloween fun, of course. Plus, Bane Wade here. If we can understand him, we'll award his Worst of the Week honor. So don't go anywhere. You're watching the Starters Halloween Special.
Speak of the devil, and he should appear.
Welcome back to the Starters. You decide who's got the better guns. Is it Bane Wade or Kevin Love?
Bane Wade's
Oh,
doing
yeah.
a little right said Fred move.
I was going to say that's a weird way to flex, but great guns nonetheless. Let us know. Hashtag the Starters.
Sign me up. I'll come play for the Cavs. All right, this is the point of the week where we hand out the anti-award, the dishonor to someone in the NBA family that has done wrong in the eyes of the Starters. It's time for the Worst of the Week. This week's Worst of the Week are the Los Angeles Lakers. Opening night, home opener, excitement is in the air. Purple and gold step onto their storied court and immediately get plowed right off it by the Houston Rockets. The game was over in the first half. But in the second half, a couple significant events happened. Their rookie sweetheart, one of the very few players which gave their fans hope, Julius Randle, breaks his leg while driving to the hoop and is out for the rest of the season. And then a frickin' fracas. Lakers down 25 midway through the fourth. Kobe wants to get a little dirty with his former not-so-beloved teammate, Dwight Howard. There was no need to pressure Dwight 90 feet away from the hoop, but Kobe did, took an elbow to the face, called Dwight soft, Dwight got a flagrant, Kobe got what he wanted. Next night in Phoenix, Kobe gets his second tech in as many games. The man is frustrated, reason being his team lost by 20 despite him scoring 31. LA lost their first two games by more than 15 for the first time in 44 years. That was the year they moved from the state with lakes to Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Lakers, your Worst of the Week. And an honorary Worst of the Week to everyone who said Mike D'Antoni was the reason that they only won 27 games last year. Good luck to Byron Scott this season with that roster. They are going to start
That roster,
terribly.
that plan not to shoot any three-pointers, of course the Steve Nash news. Yeah,
it's
not a
been
good week or
interesting.
two
Good
there
choice, Cassie.
for the Los Angeles Lakers. Solid Worst of the Week. Well, maybe even scarier than the Lakers defense or roster or whatever are scary NBA Halloween costumes. We're obviously in the spirit. JJ Redick, LaMarcus Aldridge, Bane Wade, and Danny Scream. We had a lot more fun on Twitter this afternoon, and we want you to join in as well. Maybe you need a last-minute suggestion for a costume tonight, an NBA angle.
Can't go out without a
Hashtag Scary NBA. Well, we have some simple ones. Get some toilet paper, wrap it around yourself, throw on a Nicholas Batum Blazers jersey, and your Nicholas Batum.
Nice.
Got it?
Yeah.
Timofey
like
Mozgul. Green paint, scary teeth there.
Veins everywhere.
Yeah, like that one. Spencer Claus, little Freddy Krueger angle with Spencer Hawes from the Clips.
Got the hair for it.
Or maybe a Leandro Barbonesaw.
He's very happy.
Dr. Giggles? Is that,
Yeah,
that
look
the
at him. He's
inspiration
definitely
there?
Dr. Giggles right there.
Yeah, so that's just a few. I know a lot of you are already taking care in or joining in the fun on Twitter, hashtag ScaryNBA. If you haven't done so, let's hear your suggestions. NBA Halloween costumes.
Yeah, send in photos of your costumes as well.
That's true, yeah. Maybe we can do a little roundup at the end of the show or later on Monday. We'll find out. All right, well, let's unleash the unicorn because it's time for the Starters Fantasy Minute. Come on, unicorn. Come on. There you are. Yeah.
Check the sparkles on that
Oh,
page.
yeah.
All right, the Fantasy Minute, very simple. We have a question. My Home NBA tweets in, he tweeted us in a panic. Guys, I need immediate fantasy help. Should I trade Nerlens Noel for Greg Oden? It's an emergency. Westbrook is injured and I need points. Hashtag the Starters.
Nerlens Noel for Greg Monroe.
Yes.
You have to do it if you're looking for points. Greg Monroe has averaged between 15 and 16 over the last 3 seasons. Is there going to be a little bit of a drop-off this year with Stan Van Gundy not starting Monroe? Yeah, I think so. You might expect 13 or 14, but they need offense, as you've seen in their first 2 games that they've lost. They've had trouble scoring, and that man's going to eat second units. While Nerlens Noel, only 6 points a game thus far, 18%. Those numbers aren't going to last. He's going to go up, but he's going to max out at, I'd say, about 10. If you want defense, you stick with Nerlens Noel. Greg Monroe doesn't really offer that, but if you want the points, Monroe's going to average at least, I'd say, about 4 more points per game than Nerlens.
And that's exactly exactly what he was saying. He was saying, I need the points.
That's
Help
it.
me out here. Westbrook goes down. That's right. That's what you got to do.
That's why we're here.
If you have a fantasy question, let us know. Hashtag the starters on Twitter. You can email it in. Lots of ways to get in touch with us. Got to take a break, but when we return, we've got the dunks to make them Lance. The starters, top 10 plays of the week/season, coming up next. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Starters Halloween special. In case you're wondering, yes, Lee demanded to be a San Antonio Spurs player in Danny Scream over there. You look really creepy, by the way.
Well, he always had the dagger, that guy, and Danny Green's good at dropping daggers.
Nice, very nice. All right, well, let's keep in the Halloween spirit here. Let's play, I guess, a traditional or an annual game on the starters now. It's time for Trick or Tweet, guys. We did this last year. Game's simple. Trick or Tweet tests your knowledge of how well you know your NBA Twitter accounts. I'm going to read each of you a tweet, one at a time, okay? If it's a celebrity, you say trick. If it's an NBA player, you say tweet.
Got it.
It's very, very simple. We're playing for candy. Here we go.
Nice.
All right, that musketeer in play. First one, for Tass, for Bane Wade, excuse me. It's amazing John Travolta in Grease was able to capture exactly what I was in high school. Black leather, drag racing and all. Hashtag, you're welcome. Is that Ashton Kutcher or Robin Lopez?
I don't think Robin Lopez would try and be that cute with a tweet personally. He just tells it like it is, so I'm going with Mr. Ashton Kutcher.
No candy for you. That was Robin Lopez. He's a weird tweeter.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice to get cute with the tweets.
Come on, bro, Pen.
Marcus Aldridge, trick or tweet. I'm the big homie, and they still being trying to little bro me. Is that one 50 Cent or Swaggy P Nick Young?
That's got to be Swaggy P.
That is correct.
Sweet.
Yes. Good job.
What do you want?
Yeah, what do you
Nerds.
want? Give him some nerds.
Nerdlands Noel.
Lee,
Nerds for the nerds.
trick or tweet. Halloween's this week, and I got me a long list of people's doors I need to deliver flaming doggy doos to. Is it Iggy Azalea or Pistons big man Andre Drummond?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think Iggy would go around with doggy doo-doo, would she? So I'm going to go with Andre Drummond. It sounds a bit more of a juvenile.
Oh,
God,
Iggy!
Come on.
Come on, man.
Wow. We don't do that in Australia normally.
Normally.
Fair
What about
enough.
on Halloween?
All right, Tass, another one for you.
Yep.
Trick or tweet. You guys don't think he would recognize me if I got season tickets again, right? Guy who burned LeBron's Cavs jersey on TV. Was this tweet from Drake or Blake Griffin?
I don't even know what that means. It's quite a complicated tweet, so I'm going to go with the Drizzy Drake.
Wow, you guys are horrible at this game. Trey,
You guys are
you're the only
horrible
one
at
good.
tweeting.
Well, we're playing for candy. I'm killing it.
Yeah. Trey has a sweet tooth. I like those tweets that end said no one ever. Is it Stephen Colbert or Jared Dudley?
Gotta be Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
More
Correct.
nerds, please.
Give us more nerds. Here, just take all of it. Here. There you go. Lee, one more.
Right.
It's Name Your Car Day. I don't have a name for my car. I drive a Porsche. Any thoughts? I'd love to name it after someone special to me. Is that tweet Ellen DeGeneres or Ty Lawson? Trick or tweet?
It's got to be Ellen. It's got to be my girl.
That's
Married to
right.
Porsche.
Wait, get
Yeah.
the candy. Good
Well
stuff.
done. What have we
All
got
right,
here?
there's trick
Nice.
or tweet.
What a blast.
What did I say? An
I got a
annual
lucky
tradition?
happy.
Yeah, it's probably
Tradition like none other.
Might be the last time we have to try that one. We'll find out. All right, well, only 3 nights of basketball. It is Friday, though, so that's not going to stop us from giving you the top 10 plays of the mini week. Let's just call it that. We have accumulated them. And here we go at number 10. Tony Parker, opening night against the Mavs. Woo!
Check the footwork.
Froze. Jameer Nelson spun up and under, finishes off the glass. Lee demanded that made the top 10
Beautiful
list.
play,
This is nice
Tony.
play.
I loved it. LeBron James takes this outlet pass from Kevin Love, which might be the best part of the play. Look at that. Two-handed overhand pass to LeBron. Melo tries to pull him down. And one. Get your flexes out, LeBron. The muscles got him up there. And one. This was probably LeBron's.
Flex, though.
That was about all he did. He
Yeah.
did a 3, I guess. At number 8, Russell Westbrook's blah blah blah. Russell Westbrook's buzzer-beating dunk down the half. I think
Such a good play, it leaves you speechless.
yeah, that's exactly what's
Outruns the
happening.
entire Portland team.
And I'm a little disappointed now that he's injured. Yeah.
This is true. Kobe Bryant zings one right by Dwight Howard's head.
Nice pass.
Beauty.
Missed.
Last pass he threw all season.
Come
Uh-oh,
on.
come
Well,
on.
maybe he
Come on.
should. Right? Not much talent there. You're right.
Right to Wesley Johnson for the lay-in.
At number 6, new Mavericks forward Chandler Parsons, again on opening night against the Spurs. Goes down the lane, hammers it.
Where did that come from?
Now, he had a rough night as well, but this was a highlight. He sort of froze Duncan with a little dribble there. Went right. Nice dunk.
Check the Andre Drummond smash right on Timofey Mozgov.
Oh,
That is Shaq-like, isn't
Look at
it?
this drops. That is Shaq-like.
Is that the new Mozgov right there?
Maybe.
Man, that
Always
is
on the run.
dirty. At number 4, Kemba Walker giving us free basketball as the Hornets come back to life. Oh, man. The 3 to put us into overtime against the Bucks, and MJ
call.
the golf clap.
Sends us to OT, and then he wins it with this nasty
Step back!
on Brandon Knight.
I actually never realized how high that thing went.
Oh,
Yeah,
Look
oh
at
yeah,
that.
that's good defense
Serious
too.
on
He's right there.
Crawford style.
9 for 26, but it don't matter when you hit 2 big shots like that.
That's right, sticking with the Hornets and Bucks. Lance Stevenson goes down the middle and just honks Larry Sanders.
Almost broke his goggles.
I mean, he climbs him here. Oh!
Nice, Lance.
That's making a statement in his first game in the new teal.
3 nights of basketball, and we had all these plays topped by this one. James Ennis's throwdown on Rasul Butler. He takes off just inside the paint.
Woo!
Maybe the dunk of the season right away.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be tough to knock off a top 10
for sure.
It is
dunks of the year.
ridiculous. Norris Cole with the face there, beautiful stuff.
Love it. So there you go, our top 10 plays of the week. Agree, disagree, let us know on Twitter. Hashtag the starters. We read every single tweet. All right, gotta take a break. When we return, your hashtag scary NBA submissions and a very spooky play. Oh man, get that bat. Come on back, you're watching the starters. Back with the Starters Halloween special. You guys are doing a great job of sending in your suggestions for hashtag Scary NBA. Thought we'd share some with you. Your tweets. First one, Stan Van Helsing from
Nice.
Wublio Balls. Oh, the
Wublio.
captain of the
Good
Army.
one.
Yeah, the Shoutout Army. Good one. Love this one from Unsubstantiated NBA, Monster Ellis.
Nice.
Sometimes you
Simple.
just gotta keep it
Yeah.
simple sometimes. Don't overthink this. Love this one. R.I.P. Hamilton. Hashtag Scary NBA. That's from Dan. Thank you,
Easy
Dan.
costume, too. Just grab a mask.
And this, oh, do you guys remember?
Oh.
The King Cake Baby. RJ Mars sending it in.
Too scary.
That is so freaky.
Actually scary.
That is legit.
Get that off the screen, please.
Legit scary. Keep sending them in, guys. Hashtag Scary NBA them up. All right, Lee, we usually get to the very solid play of the night, but seeing as it's Halloween, you got something else in store for us.
Yeah, I have. You know, we all know that Manu is the patron saint of the very solid play.
Yes.
He's also the patron saint of the very spooky play. Now, I'm taking you back to Halloween. Halloween, this night, 5 years ago, you might remember Sacramento at San Antonio, and someone let a bat go in the arena, and Manu just swats it away there, casually picks it up, just like, I don't know what he thinks it is, but that's amazing that he was able to see it, spot it, and slap it
Incredible.
down like that.
I love how he puts his finger out. I got
He
it.
just hands it off.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I call a very spooky play.
All right, thank you, Lee. Guys, thank you so much. Had a blast here, of course, with the Halloween episode. Check out the podcast, The Drop. It's in your iTunes feeds, and we'll be back on Monday.
Thank you for joining us, and remember, tomorrow you claim what is rightfully yours.
Race tonight, people.
You will